Okay, hey guys, today I improved my mic settings so it should be better. The noise gate should be better. So yeah, and day two, I realized the first day we read 11 pages and this is not a good pace. So I'm gonna do at least double today. So yeah. But how trying to get the chat to work, you know. It's multi-stream chat but it's not working, so let's leave it here. Then just test my audio one time before we start. Test. Alright. Let's just start. Classic live streaming to 0 people. Yeah. Go classic live streaming to 0 people. Maybe 1 person, which is myself. Let's go. Okay, so where did we stop? We stopped when what happened yesterday? Yesterday we learned about Noah and his children. Right. And the Tower of Babel. So now we're gonna go to the next page. Okay, why is there 2 people watching me on Twitch? So I'm used to getting 0 viewers. Now I have 2. So let's continue. Now the Lord said to Abraham, "Leave your country and your relatives and your father's house and go to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great. You will be a blessing." So I never heard of this Abraham, but apparently his name is gonna be great. "I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse him who treats you with contempt. All the families of the earth will be blessed through you." So Abraham, as the Lord had told him, Lot went with him. Abraham was 75 years old when he departed from Haran. So I thought Haran was a person, but apparently, see Haran? So there's a place named after him also. So interesting. So where is this? Where will be something? Haran. And they went to go to the land of Canaan. So land of Canaan. So the land is named after Canaan, which is the son of Noah. No, the grandson of Noah. So I thought Canaan was alive, that's why Canaan, land of Canaan, but actually it's named after him. They entered into the land of Canaan. Abraham passed through the land to the place of Shechem, to the oak of Moreh. At that time, Canaanites were in the land. So the whole race of people is named after Canaan. So interesting. The Lord appeared to Abraham and said, "I will give this land to your offspring." He built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. He left from there to go to the mountain on the east of Bethel and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And Ai? Why is there Ai in the Bible? And Ai on the east. Then he built an altar to the Lord with his caps lock. It means Hebrew. Okay, I don't really understand. It just means God. And on the Lord's name, Abraham traveled and still going on towards the south. It was famine in the land. Abraham went down into Egypt to live as a foreigner there, for the famine was severe in the land. When he had come near to come near to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai his wife, "Now, see now, I know that you are a beautiful woman to look at. It will happen that when the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' They will kill me, but they will save you alive." So Abraham and his wife, because the God told him to go somewhere, right? So he went to Egypt, and there was a famine, and he said he will be killed by the Egyptians, but his wife will not. "Please say that you are my sister, that it may be well with me for your sake, and that my soul may live because of you." When Abraham came into Egypt, some Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. The princess of Pharaoh, so there's more than one prince of Pharaoh. The princess of Pharaoh saw her and praised her to Pharaoh. The princess of Pharaoh saw her and praised her to Pharaoh. So there's one Pharaoh and multiple princes. Is that how it works? And the woman was taken into the Pharaoh's house. He dealt well with Abraham for her sake. He had sheep, cattle, male donkeys, male servants, female donkeys, and camels. The Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abraham's wife. So the God made the Pharaoh have great plagues because why? What did the Pharaoh do? I don't know. The Pharaoh never do anything actually. Pharaoh called Abraham and said, "What is this that you have done to me? Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she's my sister?" So I took her to be my wife. So the Pharaoh took Abraham's wife, and the God was not happy about it. "Now, therefore, see your wife, take her, and go your way." Pharaoh commanded men concerning him, and they escorted away his wife and all that he had. Okay, very good. Next page. Oops. What did I press? It was 12 right now, it's 13. Abraham went out of Egypt. His wife, all that he had, and Lot with him. So Lot is a person, right? Lot with him into the south. But who is Lot? I don't know. Abraham was very rich in livestock, in silver, and in gold. He went on his journeys from the south as far as Bethel. Not Babel. Not the Tower of Babel. It's a different thing that sounds alike. To the place where his tent had been at the beginning. Between Bethel and Ai. Okay, who's Ai and why does it sound like artificial intelligence? To the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. There, Abraham called on the Lord's name. Lot also, who went with Abraham, had flocks, herds, and tents. The land was not able to bear them. They might live together, for their possessions were so great they couldn't live together. Does it mean that like they have too many animals, livestock, they don't have the land to live together because their possession was so great? There was a strife between the herdsmen of Abraham's livestock and the herdsmen of Lot's livestock. So I was right. Their livestock is too much. The Canaanites and Perizzites lived in the land at that time. Abraham said to Lot, "Please, let there be no strife between you and me, and between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are relatives. Isn't the whole land before you? Please separate yourself from me. If you go to the left hand, I will go to the right. Or if you go to the right hand, I will go to the left." So we learn Lot and Abraham is related. Lot lifted up his eyes and saw the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. There's people or places. like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, you will go to Zor, his places, I think. So the Lord chose so Lord chose the plain of Jordan for himself. Lord traveled east and they separated themselves from one another. Abraham lived in the land of Canaan. So this guy, if you remember from last stream, this guy is cursed to be a servant of servants by Noah from Noah's Ark. And Lot lived in the city of the plain and moved his tent as far as Sodom. Now the man of Sodom was exceedingly wicked and the sinners against the Lord. Okay. And remember, the Lord God said to Abraham that he will have a great name and place to, like a great place. He will be the ruler of the great place, something like that. And now they went to this place called Sodom, which is filled with wicked sinners. So maybe he can convert them. Is that what's gonna happen? The Lord said to Abraham, after Lot separated from him, now lift your eyes up and look from the place where you are, northward, southward, eastward, and westward, for I will give you the land which you see to you and your offsprings forever. I will make your offsprings as dust of the earth, so that if a man can count the dust of the earth, then your offspring may be counted. Arise, walk through the land and its length and its width, and in its width I will give it to you. So what is he saying? What's God saying about his offspring thing? Make offspring as dust of the earth. He's just saying your offspring will be a lot, like just like the number of dust that's like uncountable. Is that what he's saying? Abraham moved his tent and came and lived by the oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron, and built an altar there to the Lord. Oaks of Mamre, which are in Hebron. So he moved to Hebron. But I thought they are at Sodom. So it's Sodom, then inside got Hebron, and inside they use Oaks of Mamre. Okay, that I don't understand, but that's what I'm just guessing. Okay, let me check something. This stream elements thing doesn't show the chat. Like how, you know. Give me a moment. Because I try to figure out how to do a multi-chat on my one iPad and it's kind of not working. Well, let me guess, nobody has chatted. Well, let's check. Yep, classic chat. 0 chatters. Anyways, let's go back to this because we want to finish this. In the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elzah, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Guium, they made war with Bera, king of Sodom. Okay, Sodom is where they are, right? But I don't know about the other places. Sodom, Bersha, and king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Adama. This really sounds like Adam, but it's not. Shember, king of Zeboim, and king of Bela, also called Zor. I remember this word Zor. Don't know where it's from though. All these joined together in the valley of Siddim, also called the Salt Sea. They served Chedorlaomer for 12 years, and in his 13 years they rebelled. So they are all kings that served a like super king for 12 years. So how does that work? Chedorlaomer is this guy, king of Zem, and yeah. So this guy's like the king. Then the rest of them are just like regular kings. In the 14th year, Shelaudoma and the kings who were with him came and struck the Rephaim in Eserok Karnaim and in Ham. You know who's Ham? Ham is one of the sons, the youngest son of Noah. And now there's a place named after Ham. The Elim in Shavlah, Kiriathaim, and the Horites in the mountain Seir to El Paran, which is by the wilderness. They returned and came to En Mishpat, also called Kadesh, and struck all the country of Amalekites and also Amorites that live in Hazar Tamar. This is so much words and nothing is being absorbed in my brain. It's just saying a lot of kings from a lot of places. Something happened. The king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah, the king of Adama, and the king of Zeboim and the king of Bela, also known as Zor, went out. They set the battle in array against them in the valley of Siddim, against Sharon Domer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Grom, Amra, king of Shea, Era, king of Shah. 4 kings against the 5. So I thought this guy is like a super king, but actually his team got 5 kings. So 4v5. Let's see what happens. Now the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled and fell in there. Those who remained fled to the hills. They took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their foods and went their way. They took Lot. Lot is a person, by the way. Abraham's brother's son. Oh, okay, so this is his nephew. Yeah, his nephew, who lived in Sodom, and his goods and departed. Why does my eyes hurt? Is it too bright? I want to check something actually. What do I want to check? I don't know. I feel like checking something, but I forgot what. I want to check this, but okay, you guys just chill for a while. Even like, not even any of you watching. Okay, so let's continue, because if not, we won't be finishing this Bible anytime soon. Okay, one who had escaped told Abraham the Hebrew. What does Hebrew even mean? At that time, he lived in the oaks of Mamre. So remember, he made his house or something out of these oaks. The Amorite, brother of Eshur, and the brother of Aner, all these are new to me. I don't know what is they are talking about. They were allies of Abraham. When Abraham heard that his relatives were taken captive, he led out 318 trained men born in his house and pursued as far as Dan. He divided himself against them by night and his servants and struck them and pursued them to Hoblah. Wait, my camera, I don't know, which is on the left of Damascus, like this Damascus steel from Game of Thrones. I'm gonna reduce my cam size a bit so you guys can see the words. Let me check something else. Good. You guys see everything? I think so. He brought back all the goods and also brought back his relative Lot and his goods, and the woman also, and the other people. That means he won the thing already, is it? Because he sent Yeah, he sent the 318 men to return his relative, right? The king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Laomer and the kings who were with him at the valley of Shavah, that is the king's valley. Melchizedek. Is this a new name? Why is there so many kings? Melchizedek. I think it's a new king. King of Salam, when brought out bread and wine, he was priest of God Most High. He blessed him and said, Blessed be Aram of God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth. Blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hands. So this king, right, was a priest also. He's a king priest. Abraham gave him a tenth of all. Tenth of all what? Tenth of all goods. Is it? Yeah, all the goods. King of Sodom said to Abram. Okay, I'm gonna say Abram now. Give me the people and take the goods for yourself. Abram said to the king of Sodom, I've lifted up my hand to the Lord, God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take a thread nor a sandal strap, nor anything that is yours, lest you should say, I made Abram rich. Abram, I'm gonna say Abram, I don't care. Abram, which will accept nothing from you, except that which young men have eaten, and the portion of men who went with me, Anna, Esra, and Mamre. Wait, Mamre? Isn't that the oak wood? Wood of Mamre? Let me check. Wood of Mamre. I mean, if I can't find it, I can't find it. But why? I thought Mamre was a land, but it's a person also. Let them take their position. Maybe this guy is so famous, right? He got a land named after him. Next, after all these things, the Lord's word came to Abram in a vision, saying, Don't be afraid, Abram, I am your shield, your exceedingly great sword. Abram said, Lord God, what will you give me, since I go childless? And he who inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus. Abram said, Behold, you have given no children to me, and behold, one born in my house is my heir. So what you learn is Abraham does not have children for some reason. I go childless. Like, is it because you're something like by choice or not by choice? You know what I'm saying? Behold, the Lord's word came to him, saying, This man will not be your heir, but he who will come out of your own body will be your heir. Somebody will come out of Abraham's body and will inherit something, his land or something. The Lord brought him outside and said, Look now towards the sky, count the stars, if you are able to count them. He said to Abraham, So your offspring will be. He believed in the Lord, who credited it to him for righteousness. He said to Abraham, I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldees and give this land to inherit it. He said, Lord God, how will I know I will inherit it? He said to him, Bring me a heifer 3 years old, a female goat 3 years old. What's a heifer? A ram 3 years old, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. He brought him all these and divided them in the middle. He laid each half opposite of other, but he didn't divide the birds. What does that mean? So the ram, the female, goat and the heifer is all apart, but the turtle dove and the pigeon is together because he didn't divide the birds. The birds of prey came down on the carcasses, and Abraham drove them away. When the sun was going down, so it's all dead. All of these are dead because it's carcasses. A deep sleep fell on Abraham. Now terror and great darkness fell on him. He said to Abraham, who is he? He said to Abraham, is it God? Know for sure that your offspring will live as foreigners in a land that's not theirs, and will serve them. They will afflict them 400 years. They will afflict them 400 years. I will judge that nation whom they will serve. Afterward, they will come out with great wealth, but you will go to your fathers in peace. You will be buried at an old age. The fourth generation. Where's my mouse? The fourth gen. Wait, why did that thing move? What? The fourth generation, they will come here again for the inequity, because this is not inequity, this inequity of the Amorites is not yet full. Came to pass that when the sun went down, it was dark. Behold, a smoking furnace and a flaming torch passed between these pieces. In that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, saying, I've given this land to your offspring, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates, and the land of Kenites, and Kenites, and Kadomites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Rephaim, the Amorites, the Kenites, the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. So Abraham's offspring will own a big bunch of land. Yeah, a big bunch of land from this river to this river. I'm gonna take a waffle break. Chocolate waffle break. So what did we learn after reading that? I'm not sure what we learned. We learned that there was like 9 kings and they fight a war 5v4. They didn't really say who's the winner. But then we talked about Abraham sending 300 men to rescue his relative. And maybe he won the war or something. Because he got blessed by a king, which is also a priest. And then after that, God said, all this land will be your offsprings. Can someone type something in chat, please? Okay, so let's talk about the plan for this stream. The first stream, we read 11 pages of the Bible. And Genesis, the first chapter, is 50 pages long. So, ideally, we read the whole of Genesis by today. Because I try to start stream early to do that. But is that possible? I don't know. But at least I want to do double of yesterday. So 20 or 22 pages. Because at yesterday's pace, right, we're never gonna finish the Bible. It's gonna take 100 days. And I want to play games. I want to stream games. I can't be streaming games after 100 days. I'm like, okay, 30 days is the max I'll read the Bible. So I need to finish it in 30 days. And I'm thinking, right, I'm thinking it'll be like a 10-day kind of thing, you know, in my brain before I started this challenge. Now I want to talk about anything else, since I can yap. How's the audio? Because yesterday my noise gate, the setting was like so high. There's some sounds when I speak quiet, you guys can't hear, so it cut off. So I lowered the threshold for the mic to pick up and lowered some attack time or something so that the words don't get cut off. And how is actually people watching me? Are you guys really interested in the Bible? Or you're just like just here to chill? And today I didn't work out my YouTube videos because I was so tired in the afternoon. I gym, right? I was sore already when I woke up, but I still went to gym in the morning. And after I gym and I shower and I eat lunch, I was so tired. I just lied on the bed because I was going to swim later, anyways. So I had no energy to work out videos, and I went to swim and eat dinner. So after I ate dinner, I came back and started stream immediately because I need to finish the Bible. I watched my yesterday's stream, and like after like 1 a.m. or 12 a.m. midnight, my reading, like, I don't know what I'm reading. I think after like super late, my brain stops working. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah. For the text of the Bible, I made it smaller so that when I scroll down, you guys can still see the words without making my face cam like super small. So hopefully you guys can still see the words. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, let me just send a chat myself. Hi. Okay, I say hi, right? Then I had this stream elements thing. It's supposed to combine all my streams chat in one place, but I can't figure out how to make it work. Yeah. I mean, I asked the AI. The AI said you can see the chat here, but I don't see it at all. And good news is, remember my 10 subscribers special? I ordered something for it. It's coming soon, like 1 week earlier than is expected, so I can make the video in like two or 3 days. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Most people don't chat on streams. I mean, when I watch streams, I don't really chat also. But now I'm just talking to myself. Am I even? No, makes me think. Is there anybody actually watching? Hmm. Like, once I finish this stream, will somebody watch this replay? Or like, will nobody watch it? Like, the entire world, like 0 people watch this. Let me see if I will see your text. Mm. Yeah, we can see the text. Very good. So, let me throw this away and we can continue. Now we'll be stuck. However, not making progress. Okay, I'm back. And back with my question I ask every stream. Is the one viewer me? Or is one person watching? And if you're watching, why are you watching this? That's my second question. Where were we? Something. New page, right? New page. Now Sarai, Abraham's wife, bore no children. She had a servant, an Egyptian whose name was Hagar. Sarai said to Abram, "See now, the Lord has restrained me from bearing. Please go to my servant. May be that I obtain children by her." So he's saying, get the servant pregnant. Abram listened to the voice of Sarai. Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, the Egyptian, her servant, after Abram had lived 10 years in the land of Canaan. Canaan, which is the guy who was cursed, but I said it already, so why am I saying it again? He gave her to Abram. Okay, this guy was cursed to be servants of servants, right? But let's assume he died already. So, what happened? Like, we didn't get any story about him being a servant. Gave her to Abram, her husband, to be his wife. He went to Hagar, and she conceived. So now Abram has a son or daughter, which you think might be his heir, right? But God said his heir is supposed to come from himself within. So it's not from himself, it's from Hagar. So this can't be the heir. Can't be the heir. When she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. Her mistress was despised in her eyes. Sarah said to Abraham, "This wrong is your fault. I gave my servant to your bosom." And when she saw that she had conceived, she despised me. May the Lord judge between me and you. So the servant was not happy. Not happy with Sarai, the wife. But Abraham said to Sarai, "Behold, your maid is in your hands. Do whatever is good in your eyes." Sarai dealt harshly with her, and she fled from her face. The Lord's angels found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness by the water on the way to shore. He said, "Hagar, Sarai's servant, where did you come from? Where are you going?" He said, I'm fleeing for the face of my mistress Sarai. That's how it works. Okay, so Sarai, mistress. Okay, what am I saying? Hagar's mistress is Sarai, but Sarai's servant is Hagar. The Lord's angel said to her, return to your mistress and submit yourself under her hands. The Lord's angel said to her, I will greatly multiply your offspring, that they will not be counted for multitude. Counted for multitude. What does that even mean? The Lord's angel said to her, behold, you are with child and will bear a son. You shall call his name Ishmael. Ishmael? Kind of famous name. I think Ishmael. Because the Lord has heard your affliction, he will be like a wild donkey among men. His hand will be against every man's hands against him. He will live opposed to all his brothers. So this guy's a black sheep of his family. And is he the heir of Abraham? Is that it? Or no? Or nobody knows? She called the name of the Lord who spoke to her. You are a God who sees. For she said, have I even stayed alive after seeing him? Therefore the well was called Beer Lahai Roi. Behold, is between Kadesh and Bered. Hagar bore a son for Abram. Abram called his son, whom Hagar bore, Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. He became father at 86. But are their lifespan normal already, or their lifespan still extended in the hundreds? When Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to Abraham and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me and be blameless. I will make my covenant between me and you, and will multiply you exceedingly. Okay. So how does it multiply him? Abraham fell on his face. God talked with him, saying, as for me, behold, my covenant is with you. You will be the father of a multitude of nations. Okay, your name will no more be called Abraham. Your name will be Abraham. Oh, sheesh. Remember I said Abraham? I said Abraham as Abraham at the start. Then I was like, wait, that's not how I say Abraham. It's a mistake. But he became Abraham. He is Abraham all along. What a plot twist. Is anybody gonna watch this? Or am I just crazy? Oh, my mouse died. Oh, wait. This is my mouse. It's back. Okay, if you were watching this like as a replay on YouTube, can you type something in the chat, in the comments, so I know at least somebody was like, oh my god, this guy is Abraham all along. You know. For I have made you the father of a multitude of nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of you. Kings will come to you. I will establish my covenant between me and you and your offspring after you throughout generations for everlasting covenant, to be a God to you and to your offspring after you. I will give you and your offspring after you the land where you are traveling, or the land of Canaan, which is a guy, and for everlasting possession. I will be their God. God said to Abraham, as for you, you shall keep... Wait, what's the first guy? The first man was Adam. This is Abraham, okay. As for you, you shall keep my covenant, you and your offspring after you throughout their generations. This is my covenant which you shall keep between me and you and your offspring after you. Wait, I need to really make my cam smaller by a bit, so you guys can see the last part. Is this small enough here? Let's wait. Where were we? Here, let me check first. Need to be a little bit smaller. Every male among you shall be circumcised. You shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskin. It will be a token of the covenant between me and you. So everybody that is circumcised will be the land, the owner of the land of Canaan. So this Canaan, right? Is it Jerusalem? And are the offsprings Jews? Is that what they're saying? Right, because Christians don't get circumcised, right? Might be wrong about that. This might a bit more. That's my theory. Talking about like Israel, Jerusalem, the Holy Land is Canaan. But that's my theory. Let's read, see whether I'm correct. He who is 8 days old. He who is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every male throughout your generations who is born in the house or brought with money from foreigner who is not of your offspring. He who is born in the house or brought with money from any foreigner who is not. So even if you are like a slave or servant, you can be part of them. You who is born in your house and who is bought with your money must be circumcised. My covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. The uncircumcised male who is not circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin, that so shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant. So, Jewish people, that's my guess. God said to Abraham, as for Sarai, your wife, you shall not call her Sarai, but call her name shall be Sarah. So, Sarah. A lot of people named Sarah, but nobody named Sarai. And a lot of people named Abraham, but not a lot of people named Abram. So, why is that? I will bless her, and moreover, I'll give you a son by her. So, Sarah couldn't get pregnant, but now she can. Yes, I'll bless her, and she'll be the mother of nations. Kings of people will come from her. Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, will a child be born with him who is 100 years old? Will Sarah, who is 90 years old, give birth? So Abraham is 100 years old now, and Sarah is 90 years old. So very old. But what is their lifespan? Because the first people on earth, their lifespan is like 900 plus. Abraham said to God, oh, Ishmael might live before you. Oh, that Ishmael might live before you. That's their son. Live before you. What does that even mean? God said, no, but Sarah, your wife, will bear you a son. You shall call his name Isaac, but spelled with 2 A's instead of 2 C's. Isaac. Means he laughs. So his name is He Laughs. He will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant for his offspring after him. As for Ishmael, I have heard of you. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and multiply him exceedingly. He will become father of 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. But I will establish my covenant with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you at this set time next year. When he finished talking with him, God went up from Abraham. Abraham told Ishmael his son, all who were born in his house, and all who were brought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, had circumcised the flesh of their foreskin the same day, as God said to him. So they're just cool with that. They're like, okay, sure, you're the leader or something. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. Ishmael, his son, was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. In the same day, both Abraham and his son were circumcised. All men of his house, born in the house, brought with the money from a foreigner, were circumcised with him. The Lord appeared to oaks of Mamre, appeared to him by the oaks of Mamre. So this guy is actually a person, and it's like a place because the oaks, like the wood are from him, the land. As he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day, he lifted up his eyes and looked, and saw 3 men stood near him. When he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself to earth and said, "My Lord, if now I have found favor in your sight, please don't go away from your servant. Now let a little water be fetched. Wash your feet, rest yourself under the tree. I will get a piece of bread so you can refresh your heart. After that you may go your way. Now that you have came to your servant." What does that even mean? Who's the 3 guys? I don't know. Come to your servant. Now that you have come to your servant. Come to your servant. He said, "Very well, do as you have said." Abraham hurried to the tent of Sarah and said, "Quickly prepare 3 seahs of fine meal. Knead it, make cakes." Abraham ran to the herd and fetched a tender and good calf and gave it to the servant. He hurried to dress it. He took butter, milk, and the calf which had dressed and set it before them. He stood by them under a tree, and they ate. They ate the calf. They said, "Where's Sarah, your wife?" He said, "There in the tent." He said, "I will certainly return to you about this time next year. Behold, Sarah, your wife, will have a son." So these 3 people are like special. Sarah heard in the tent door, which was behind it. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, well advanced in age. So interesting, right? They say 100 years old is advanced in age, but you know Noah was like 600 years old when the flood happened. So was he like super advanced in age, or like is he like Superman, you know? And still can do stuff. Like he built the whole Noah's Ark at the age of 600, you know. Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Sarah laughed with herself, saying, "After I have grown old, will I have pleasure? Will I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also?" The Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh, saying, 'Will I really bear a child when I'm old?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the set time, I will return to you. When the season comes around, Sarah will have a son." Then Sarah denied, saying, "I didn't laugh," for she was afraid. So laugh is a interesting word they use. Because Ishmael, I think his name was Ishmael, it means laughter or something. See? Isaac means he laughs. And the word laugh appeared again in the next page. And they are emphasizing on the word laugh. So what's that about? He said, "No, but you did laugh." The man rose up from there, looked towards Sodom. Abraham went with them to see them on their way. The Lord said, "Will I hide from Abraham what I do? Since Abraham will surely become great and mighty nation, all the nations of the earth will be blessed in him. For I have known him, to the end that he may command his children in his household after him, that they may keep the way of the Lord, to do righteousness and justice, to the end that the Lord may bring Abraham that which he has spoken of him." The Lord said, "Because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether their deeds are as bad as the reports which have done to me. If not, I will know." What? I don't know what that just said, but I'm not gonna think about it. The man turned from there, went towards Sodom, but Abraham yet stood before the Lord. Abraham came near, said, will you consume the righteousness with the wicked? I remember something about Abraham going to a place, right? The Lord asked him to go place, and that place is full of sinners and wicked people. So that's why this would remind me of what happened just now. What if there are 50 righteous within a city? Will you consume and not spare the place for 50 righteous who are in it? May it be far from you to do things like that, to kill the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous should be like the wicked. May that be far from you. Shouldn't the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, if I find Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I'll spare the whole place for their sake. Abraham answered, see now. I've taken it on myself to speak to the Lord, and although I'm dust and ashes, what if there will lack 5 of the 50 righteous? Will you destroy all the city for lack of 5? Lack of 5? It means 45 people. He said, I will not destroy it if I find 45 there. He spoke, yeah. What if there's 40 found there? I will not destroy it for the 46. He said, oh, don't let the Lord be angry. What if there are, I'll speak, what if there are 30 found there? He said, I will not if I find 30 there. He said, now I've taken it on myself to speak out. What if there are 20 found there? He said, I'll not destroy it for the 20's sake. He said, oh Lord, don't be angry. I'll just speak just once more. What if 10 are found there? I'll not destroy it for the 10's sake. The Lord went in his way as soon as he finished communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. 1 xia is 7 liters. So he went 7 liters of milk, is it? I mean, 3 xias of fine milk. Wait, that's so much. 21 liters of fine milk. Okay, how did they eat 21 liters of fine milk? Like 3 people, including him and his wife, is 5. 2 angels came from Sodom in the evening. Lot sat at the garden of Sodom. Lot saw them and rose up to meet them. He bowed himself with his face all to the earth. He said, see now, my lords, please come to your servant's house. Stay all night, wash your feet, and you can rise early and go on your way. They said, no, but we will stay in the streets all night. He urged them. Oh, who is Sodom? Because we're talking about Abraham. And why is Lot? Lot is the nephew of Abraham. And why are we talking about Lot now? Hello, Mr. YouTube chatter. Number 1. You have a number 1 beside your name. What did I want to say? I don't know what I just forgot what I want to say. He said, see now, my lords, please come to your servant's house. Stay all night, wash your feet, and you can rise up early and go on your way. They said, no, but we will stay in the streets all night. He urged them greatly, and they came in with him and entered into his house. He made them a feast and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. But before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, surrounded the house, both young and old people, all the people of every quarter. They called to Lot and said, where are the men who came to you this night? Bring them out to us. May we have with them. I'm going to say that word because I'm PG friendly. What is happening? They ask for young and old people to do this. Why is this in the Bible? Okay, let's just move on, you know. Lot went out to them through the door and shut the door after himself. He said, please, my brothers, don't act so wickedly. See now, I have 2 virgin daughters. Please let me bring them out to you. and you may do to them what seems good to you. Who is these people that came? The two angels? Is that what the two angels is saying? Why are the angels saying that? It's so weird. I am uncomfortable. He urged them. Where were we? Only don't do anything to these men because they have come under the shadow of my roof. They said, stand back. Then they said, this one fellow came in to live as a foreigner. He appoints himself a judge, and we will deal worse with you than with them. They pressed so hard on the man Lot and came near to break the door, but the men reached out their hand and brought Lot to them and shut the door. They struck the men who were at the door with the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. So they got some magical powers that they can blind people. Is that what we're saying? And why are the angels? Okay, I'm assuming the two angels is the one that came to blind people. Why are the angels blinding people? Why? Aren't they supposed to be good? So yeah, why? So many questions. And what's up? The man said to Lot, do you have anybody else, sons-in-laws, your sons, your daughters, whomever you have in the city, bring them out of the place, for we will destroy this place, because the outcry against them has grown so great before the Lord that the Lord has sent us to destroy it. No, are they fake? The God, okay, we're talking about God, right? Lord is God. God said he won't destroy the place even if there are 10 people that are righteous. And I'm pretty sure if there was one righteous person, he won't destroy the place, right? So why did the angels, quote unquote angels, say he sent them to destroy it unless the angels is fake? Okay, that's my theory. The angels is fake because why would the angels ask for this, which I will not say, and 2 daughters, you know? The angels is fake. Okay, that's my guess. Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law, who were pledged to marry his daughters, and said, get out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. Oh wait, the righteous thing was God talking to Abraham. Maybe this is a different place, but that means that Abraham and his nephew are in different place, or are they at the same place? Very confusing. But it seems to his sons-in-law to be joking. When morning came, then the angels hurried Lot, saying, get up, take your wife and 2 daughters who are here, lest you be consumed in the iniquity of the city. But he lingered and the man grabbed his hand, and his wife's hand, and the 2 daughters' hand, the Lord being merciful to him, and they took him out and set him outside the city. It came to pass, when they had taken them out, and he said, escape for your life, don't look behind you, and don't stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be consumed. So this place, I'm assuming this place, right? This place where the angels and Lot and Abraham are, they are at a place where God, in a very long time ago, asked Abraham to go to this place called a wicked, with a lot of wicked people and sinners. And because of that, God want to cleanse them or something. They want to destroy them. But God said if there's 1 or 10 righteous people, he will spare the whole city for the 10 righteous people's sake. So is there not 10 righteous people in this whole city? You know? Or maybe Lot is one of the 10 righteous people along his wife. So they spared him by asking him to escape. He said to him, behold, I've granted your request concerning this thing Also, I will not overthrow the city of which you have spoken. Hurry, escape here, for I can't do anything until you get there. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zor, which means little. This city is little. So, I feel like I heard something similar. Maybe something like Bo, Zor. You know, I heard something very similar. Yeah. The sun had risen on the earth when Lot came to Zor. Then the Lord rained on Sodom and on Gomorrah sulfur, and the fire of the Lord out of the sky. He overthrew those cities, all the plain, and the inhabitants of the city which grew in on the ground. But Lot's wife looked back from behind him, which the angels told him not to. And when I said the angels was fake, I guess it's real because God actually came in and killed them for some reason, which was not explained. Just because they are wicked, but how are they wicked or how are they sinners? And because the angels are real, why do they do some sus stuff over here? You know. But will God actually strike people down with fire from the sky? You know, I mean, God did it once with Noah's Ark and the flood, but why is he doing it again? You know. But I don't know. But Lot's wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So that's why the angels, I don't know whether I'm believing they're real angels or fake angels. They became a pillar of salt. But why did God make her become salt? That's my question. Just from looking back. You know? Why? Just why? So many whys. Somebody that studies the Bible can explain to me, you know, in the comments of every stream, and I'll read it. Some expert on this. Because I have so many questions. Why? Why? Just because she looked back. Is it a sin to look back at what you're doing to the people? And it's your choice to kill the people. By yours, I mean the God. God's choice to kill people with fire from the sky, right? It's his choice, right? And just because she looked at it, she died and became salt. I don't get it. Abraham went early in the morning to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked towards Sodom and Gomorrah, and towards all the land of the plain, and saw the smoke of the land went up as the smoke of a furnace. When God destroyed the cities of the plain, God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the middle of the overthrow, when he overthrew the city which Lot lived. Lot went out to Zor. He lived in the mountains, and his 2 daughters with him. So does he care that his wife became salt and died? For he was afraid to live in Zor. He lived in a cave with 2 daughters. The firstborn said to the younger, "Our father is old." Okay, this old, right, is not the 99 years old, because he's the nephew of Abraham, which is 99 years old. So he's probably like 30 years younger, which is 70 years old, which is still old. Wait, if he's 2 years old, how old are the daughters? Because depends on when he had the daughters. And there is not a man on earth to come in to us in the way of all the earth. Come, let's make our fathers drink wine, and we will lie with him. May we preserve our father's family line. This is incest. Yeah, they're talking about incest. Why? Okay, wait. First things first. Why is the Bible talking about this kind of sus stuff? You know, I'm uncomfortable for sure. I'm uncomfortable. I'll say it right now. And if somebody can answer me, why are they talking about this kind of sus stuff? That'd be great in the comment section. Like, why is it so important to, like, this. And all of these, like this, somebody explain the meaning of that, or is there no meaning, but it's just what happened, and we have to read it. They had made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with with her father. He didn't know when she lay down nor when she arose. It came to pass on the next day that the firstborn said to the younger, "Behold, I lay with last night with my father. Let's make him drink wine again tonight. You go in and lie with him. May it preserve our father's family line." What are they doing? What are they doing? Why is there nobody watching me? I need somebody that studies the Bible to tell me what the meaning of all these and why. Right now, because I'm very uncomfortable. They made their fathers drink wine that night also. The youngest went and lay with him. He didn't know where she lay down nor when she got up. Thus both Lot's daughters were with child by their father. Their firstborn bore a son, and named him Moab. He is the father of Moabites to this day. So when this Bible, which is the First Testament, came out, this Moabites, right, is actually a place last time. That's why it said to this day. The youngest also bore a son and called his name Ben-Ami. He's the father of the children of Ammon to this day. I've never heard of Ammon. Oh my god. So what did the father think? Lot. What do you think about that? What just happened? Abraham traveled from there towards the land of the south and lived between Kadesh and Shur. He lived as a foreigner in Gerar. Abraham said about Sarah his wife, "She is my sister." This is not true, by the way. She's not his sister. Amalek, king of Gerar, took Sarah. Okay, why? Okay. Firstly, this Abraham guy, he said it once to another king that is his wife is his sister. I said it again. Why? And this king called Abimelech. Why did she take a 90-year-old person to be his wife? Somebody explain that. But God came to Abimelech in a dream of the night and said to him, "Behold, you are dead man because of the woman you have taken, for she is a man's wife." Can you just be honest, Abraham? Why are you lying? Like, seriously, you lied 2 times already. Now Abimelech had not come near her. He said, "Lord, will you kill even a righteous nation?" He didn't tell me. "She is my sister." She even herself said, "He is my brother." I have done this in the integrity of my heart and the innocence of my hands. She's a 90-year-old grandma. God said to him in the dream, "Yes, I know in the integrity of heart you have done this, and I also withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore, I didn't allow you to touch her. Now, therefore, restore the man's wife, for he is a prophet." Abraham, the prophet, this is the news, "and he'll pray for you, and you will live. If you don't restore her, know for sure that you will die, and all those who are yours." If Abraham, I'm talking to you right now, Abraham. If you are a prophet, why do you lie to the king and to the previous king? Just be honest, Gonna take a break of reading to this full camp. So we did 20 pages total, which means we did 11 pages right now. And there's another chapter which said, well, what is it? It said AI viewer streamboo.com. Every stream asked me to use Streambot. Bro, I am not gonna bought my viewers because am not like Abraham and lied to the king twice. So what do I want to say? I want to say something. Well, why is the Bible so sus? Firstly, and why did the angels? Okay, I thought angels were really good, but why did angels like do some weird stuff? And why did God kill the whole city with fire and kill the wife of Abraham, which is Sarah, just because she looked at the fire? I know she was warned not to look back, but she just did this and she died. Is that righteous? I thought we're supposed to learn something from the Bible, you know. But I'm not learning anything. Like at this chapter, it's like very sus and very uncomfortable to read, you know. And my throat hurts a bit. Let's see. Oh, there's one viewer on YouTube, which might be myself. My classic stream to myself for a few hours every day. Just stream to myself. I'm supposed to. I am supposed to finish this challenge. I need some like super duper like study the Bible their whole life kind of guy to explain why this whole thing that we just read and why is it included in the Bible, because it's so weird to me. Maybe AI can explain it. And we learned there's a guy named AI. Is that foreshadowing? Yeah, I wanna lie down a bit. Like give me like 2 minutes of rest, then we'll continue. I'll lie down on my floor. I guess we can talk while I lie down and rest. I'm just thinking, right? How long have I streamed? Okay, 1 hour. 1 hour 20 minutes to read like 10 pages. So 1 hour 30 minutes to read 10, right? And I need to read another 1,200. That means, what does that mean? Oh, wait, that doesn't make sense because I have to read 120 hours worth of Bible. Actually, 150. But Google said it takes 62 hours to read the Bible. I'm gonna check again. Because if it's like 100 and plus 150 hours, right? That's like so long. How long? I just thought it's a 60-hour thing. Yeah, 70 to 80 hour total. All you need to do is read 15 minutes a day and you finish it in a year. And I'm reading like yesterday was 2.5 hours. Today I'm gonna read like 4 hours plus. So yeah, we should be reading. Or maybe I'm just slow because I just asked so many questions. You know, maybe some people just read it and just accept the fact that everything is the fact. You know. But you know what's the point of reading just to regurgitate, you know? Just might as well just learn stuff, question it a bit, you know. Why is this thing here? Why this thing here? Because my aunt said that every time she read the Bible, she learns something new, you know. So she don't just read it for the sake of reading, you know. Because you find some hidden meanings. But this thing is so sus and so uncomfortable that there's no hidden meaning that can be found, in my opinion. What's the hidden meaning of incest? Huh? Any priest can answer me. I'm getting tired, and when I get tired, my thinking becomes bad, becomes poor. My reading skills become poor, so I'll make some mistakes. Okay, I'm not the only guy that read the Bible, right? There are billions of people that read the Bible. And this is Genesis, the first chapter. And I'm not the only one that feels uncomfortable reading that part, right? Like how do normal other people feel reading that part? Are they like uncomfortable also, or they're like, oh, just words? And why did God kill the wicked people? Remember Noah's Ark, right? He said, God himself said, he will never kill the entire species of people ever again. In perpetuity for all generations is my covenant to me, because I'm a perpetual generation, right? So that's what he said. But he's doing it again to a smaller extent, so he don't kill everybody, but he's killing the whole village of wicked people. But how does that solve anything, Why not just like try to make them less wicked and sinners? And what are the evidence of them being sinners and wicked? Because they didn't say what did they do to become so wicked, or did they even do anything? Huh? They're just people, And the circumcision thing, are they talking about Jewish people? It wasn't specified. And were they talking about the land of Jerusalem? Because they're circumcised, they have right over the land? Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm kind of tired, but I can't give up so fast. If not, what's this? 20 pages of 1,200. I'm not gonna finish it if I keep reading 10 pages per day. 10 pages per day will be 120 days, which is not bad. Very fast compared to the normal 1 year to read finish. But I'm not reading 10 pages per day. Wait, I can do the math, right? Let's do the math. I want to finish it in. To be honest, I want to finish it in like 14 days. So how many pages must I read? 1,200 minus 11 from where we started yesterday. Divide by 14. I need to read. What? I need to read 85 pages per day. Okay, I think it's impossible to read 85 pages per day, but let's try maybe 30 per day, and hopefully I can finish it. And AI, the comment section AI. I'm talking directly to the AI comment section that summarizes the video. Can you please tell me why it was included that the angels wanna procreate with the people, and also why the incest is in the Bible? Please tell me, and thank you so much. Because I'm very uncomfortable. And is it like a me thing, or is everybody feels uncomfortable reading that? Okay, let's get back to work. Okay, where were we? Something about the prophet Abraham. Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ear. The men were very scared. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, "What have you done to us? How have I sinned against you, that you have brought on me, on my kingdom, a great sin? You have done this to me that ought not to be done." Abimelech said to Abraham, "What do you see, and that you have done this thing?" Oh, so to that one viewer watching me in YouTube, were you there all the way? No, on Twitch. Oh, okay, now I have 4 viewers. So do you guys like feel as uncomfortable as I am? Were you there for that uncomfortable part? And if any of you study the Bible, can you please explain to me why was that needed to be written in the Bible? The uncomfortable part, please. Thank you. Okay, why do you comment the same thing on Twitch and on YouTube? Mr. Chatter? Instead of saying no way, can you just say, explain to me why is the thing so uncomfortable? And it's not updating on my multi-chat. Okay, whatever. Let's continue. Enough blabbering on. Abraham said, "Because I thought, surely the fear of God is not in this place. They will kill me for my wife's sake." So Abraham is so scared that they don't believe in God, this king, that they will kill him and take his wife. If he didn't tell him there is his sister, so he can take his wife. But he's a prophet, man. Stand up for yourself. Besides, she is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father. Huh? But not the daughter of my mother. And she became his wife. He is indeed my sister, daughter of my father. So they share the same father, but not the same mother. So they are step siblings, which got married and have kids. Why is it so uncomfortable? Why, Bible? Please. Okay, these 4 chatters in my Twitch and YouTube chat, are you guys as uncomfortable as me? Say yes, please. Then we came back. When God caused me to wander into my father's house, I said to her, "This is your kindness which you shall show to me. Everywhere that we go, say of me, he is my brother." So he was not lying. So I thought he was lying to the kings the past 2 times, but he was not lying. He is saying it's his sister, stepsister, and he married her. Bruh. Abimelech stole sheep and cattle, male servants and female servants, and gave them to Abraham, and restored Sarah, his wife, to him. Abimelech said, "Behold, my land is before you. Dwell where it pleases you." To Sarah he said, "Behold, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, it is for you a covering of the eyes to all that are with you. In front of all you are vindicated." Okay, I don't understand. So this king, right, why did he give Abraham so much gold or silver? Like, what did he do to deserve it? All he did was go in and tell the truth, but not really the full truth, and then he deserved 100 pieces of silver. I don't get it. Abraham prayed to God, so God healed Abimelech, his wife, his female servant, and they bore children. For the Lord has closed up all tight wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife and sister, stepsister. Okay, are we done with this uncomfortable part of the Bible? The Lord visited Sarah as he has said, and the Lord did to Sarah as he had spoken. Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. Abraham called his son, who was born with him, whom Sarah bore to him, Isaac. Yeah, but we already know this. It was written just now. Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, when he was 8 days old, as God commanded him. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. Oh yeah, one more thing. Sarah is 90 years old. Why does all the king want Sarah to be his wife when she's 90 years old? Huh? And it's not like 90 years old like last time, like it's still youthful because they live like 900 years or something. No, in the text they said 90 years old is old. So what's up? What's up with kings wanting to marry 90-year-old woman grandmas? Sarah said, God has made me laugh. Everyone who hears will laugh with me. She said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? For I have bore him a son in his old age. The child grew and was weaned. Weaned? What does that even mean? Abraham made a great feast on the day that Isaac was weaned. Like circumcised. Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, who she had born to Abraham, mocking. Therefore she said to Abraham, cast out this servant and her son, for the son of this servant will not be heir with my son Isaac. The thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight on the account of his son. God said to Abraham, don't let it be grievous in your sight because of the boy and because of your servant. In all that Sarah says to you, listen to her voice, for your offspring will be named through Isaac. I will make a nation of your son of the servant, because he is your child. Abraham rose up early in the morning, took bread and a container of water, and gave it to Hagar. That is the servant of Abraham and his wife, which is also the mother of Isaac. I think. Putting it on her shoulder, she gave her child and sent her away. She departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. The water in the container was spent, and she put the child under one of the shrubs. She went and sat down opposite him, a good way off, about a bow shot away. She said, don't let me see the death of the child. She sat opposite him and lifted up her voice and wept. God heard the voice of the boy. The angel of God called to Hagar of the sky and said to her, what troubles you, Hagar? Don't be afraid, for God has heard the voice of the boy where he is. Get up, lift the boy and hold him with your hands, for I will make him a great nation. Why is God promising everybody a great nation? He promised Abraham a great nation. Promised this boy, this new boy. Is it Isaac? Isaac, a great nation. Promise a lot of people a great nation. God opened her eyes and she saw a well of water. She went, filled the container with water, and gave a boy a drink. Wait. Something. Let me open one of this in here. Wait a minute. Okay, we're back. The boy, God was with the boy and he grew. He lived in the wilderness. As he grew up, he became an archer. And they sat one bow length away. If you see, sat down opposite a bow shot away and he became an archer. Interesting. He lived in the wilderness of Paran. His mother got a wife for him out of the land of Egypt. At that time, Abelmech and Phicol, the captain of his army, spoke to Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. Now, therefore, swear to me here by God that you will not deal falsely with me. Nor with my son, nor with my son's sons, but according to the kindness that I have done to you, you shall do to me and the land which you have lived as a foreigner. He's a foreigner because Abraham came to this land. He wasn't born here. Abraham said, I will swear. Abraham complained to Abimelech because of the water well, which Abimelech's servant had violently taken away. Abimelech said, I don't know who has done this thing. You didn't tell me. I didn't hear of it until today. What about this water thing? Something about the well ran out of water or something. I don't know. Abraham took the sheep and cattle and came to Abimelech. Those two made a covenant. Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Abimelech said to Abraham, what do these 7 ewe lambs, what you have set by them, mean? What do you mean? He said, you shall take 7 ewe lambs. 7, remember 7? Like 7 pairs of clean animals. And God's number is 7 also. Is that the connection? So it's 7. Ewe lambs from my hand, that it may be witness to me that I've dug this well. Therefore he called that place Beersheba. Well of oath, well of 7. Well of 7, you see the word 7. And Beersheba, this place, we heard it before in the previous text, but he called the place Beersheba now. So was the previous... Is this a flashback? Is that what I'm saying? Because they both swore an oath. They made a covenant at Beersheba. Abimelech rose up with Phicol, the captain of his army, and returned to the land of Philistines. Remember these Philistines? Oh, I thought it's races of Philistines, but it's actually land of Philistines. But maybe it can be land of Philistines and the races is Philistines. It can be both. Abraham planted a Tarismax tree in Beersheba, and there he called the name of the Lord, an everlasting God. Abraham lived as a foreigner in the land of Philistine many days. I thought God promised Abraham that he will rule nations or something. Or like rule lands. Okay, we read 10 pages. It took me how long? 1 hour 30 minutes to read 10 pages. This pace is so slow. Let me do some math. Oh my hour a day. The Bible. That's not true. 2 hours 15 minutes. 40 chapters. Bro, this is page 22. I spent like 4 hours on 22 page. Let me check Bible chapters. Bible chapters and number of pages. See, Genesis is 50, and you're supposed to read 40 pages of Genesis in 2 hours. So next time I should just read it, right? And just don't talk about my theories and my opinions. But I need to talk about it because what's the point of just reading without understanding, you know? Oh my god, it's gonna take forever. After all this thing, God tested Abraham and said to Abraham, he said, here I am. He said, now take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. Offer him there as burnt offering on one of the mountains which I will tell you of. God asking this Abraham guy, which I think is sus, he's a sus guy now, from everything that happened, to kill his son Isaac and offer him to God. Why? Firstly, what did Isaac do to deserve it? He's probably like 8 days old. Like, no, he's just a baby, you know. Abraham is just like, good, yeah, okay. Why? Abraham rose early in the morning and saddled his donkey, took two of his young men with him, and Isaac his son. He split the wood for burnt offering and rose up. Why didn't he just ask why to God? Why he just wait? He said God tested Abraham, so it's a test to see if he actually kills his son, and he's just gonna do it. Oh my God. And went to the place which God had told him. On the third day, Abraham lifted his eyes and saw the place far off. Abraham said to the young man, "Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go over there. We will worship and come back to you." Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it on Isaac, his son Isaac. He took his hand, the fire and the knife. They both went together. He took in his hand the fire and the knife. They both went together. Isaac spoke to his father. Isaac spoke to Abraham his father and said, "My father." He said, "Here I am, my son." He said, "Here is the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for burnt offering?" Oh. Abraham said, "God will provide himself the lamb for a burnt offering, my son." He's lying. This Abraham guy like to lie a lot. So they both went together. They came to a place where God had told him of. Abraham built an altar there, laid the wood in order, bound Isaac, his son, and laid him in the altar. Look, my respect for Abraham, right? I thought Abraham was this amazing guy, right? In the Bible. My respect for him went like down, and now I have zero respect for this guy. Bro, you killed your only son. You are going to kill your only son. Laid on him an altar on the wood. Abraham stretched out his hand, took the knife to kill his son. Okay, so what happened? The Lord's angels called out of the sky and said, "Abraham, Abraham." He said, "Here I am." He said, "Don't lay your hands on the boy or do anything to him. You failed the test. You are a prophet and you killed your own son. So God was testing you and you failed." Disappointing. Like you just like yes sir. Everything God say yes sir. Bro, at least ask why. Like imagine it's the other way around. His son, okay, when his son is older, he said, "Offer your dad to God." Then your dad's like, "Yes." Then Abraham is like, now he's the one getting killed. Then he'll be like, "I'm bamboozled." But because he's the one not getting killed, he's the one doing the killing. He don't care. That's what I think. Personal opinion. Here I am. He said, "Don't lay your hands on the boy or do anything to him. For now, I know that you fear God." See, he fears God. No, you shouldn't be fearing God, you know. Because God is there to guide you and help you. So, it's not like a king to rule you. Okay, that's not a good example, but you need to get my point. It's not like ruling with an iron fist. He's there to help you because you are created in the image of God. Humans are created in the image of God, right? That's what we learned. So, if we are created in the image of God, why would God wanna make us rule us with an iron fist? No, he's here to guide us and help us through life. So his whole ideology, in my opinion, is wrong. He shouldn't be fearing God. Like most people say fear God. I only fear God, but it's not that kind of fear, you know. It's not like you go to God, you're like scared to talk to him. No, you know. I hope you get my point. Since you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. Wait, what? He passed the test. God wanted him to actually kill him. I thought God was testing him to not kill him. Oh my God. I don't get this. No way I get this. Okay, so what if he said no? I'm not gonna kill my son. So he failed the test, and God will be like, boom, strike down. You're a bad person. But any normal person wouldn't kill your own son. Are you crazy? Somebody explain to me. Some prophet that studies this thing. You completely understand where I'm coming from, right? Yeah, I'm not crazy. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Maybe I'll learn something. I'm judging too soon. Who knows? Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and he saw that behind him was a ram caught in the thicket by his thorns. Abraham went and took the ram, offered him up for a burnt offering instead of his son. Abraham called the name of that place, "The Lord will provide." As he said it today, the Lord's mountain, it will be provided. The Lord angels came to Abraham the second day out of the sky and said, "I have sworn myself," said the Lord, "because you have done this thing and have not withheld your son, your only son. I'll bless you greatly." Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, imagine you're God. You're God. Would you want your humans to be the humans that will sacrifice their own son for you? Or will you want your humans, the people that believe in you, to say, "No, I won't sacrifice my son for you"? That's my question. Are you really gonna sacrifice your son? It's all a test, right? So it doesn't really matter. But the point of the test is to see whether you really will do it. But if you really will do it, does that make you just a bad person to kill your own son? Thou shalt not kill. We see in the Bible, and you are killing your own son. So how does that work? And not only that, anybody else watching that disagrees with me, we read that any harm that will go upon a man, it will be dealt the same by another man. So if he killed his son, right, somebody will kill him. That's what we read. So what is that logic? I will bless you greatly and multiply your offspring greatly like the stars of the heaven, like the sands which is on the seashore. Your offspring will possess the gate of his enemies. What does that mean? I don't know. All the nations on earth will be blessed by your offspring because you have obeyed my voice. Okay, about this obeying God, right? Look. So if God tell you to do something bad, which we know is something bad, killing your son, and it's a test, right? Why? Okay, why would imagine you're God? Why would you say something like, "You obeyed me, even though I said something wrong, you obeyed me, so I'm gonna reward you"? Shouldn't be the other way around, because you have not obeyed something which I said wrong, therefore I will reward you. But if you actually obeyed my wrong judgment, you should not be rewarded. That's my opinion. And if you feel strongly about this, or if you know something I don't know, please write it in the comment section about your opinion, and please tell me if I'm wrong in any way or if you agree with me. So Abraham returned to his young men, and they rose up and went to Beersheba. Abraham lived at Beersheba. After all these things, Abraham said, "Behold, Michal, she was also born children to your brother Nahor. Use his firstborn, Bruce, his brother Camil, his father Aram." Aram, we know, is some guy. It's too many names. Chizel, Chist, Hazor, Pidesh, Dav, and Bethuel. Bethuel became the father of Rebekah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about this again because I want to talk about it. If I am Abraham position and God tell me to kill my only son, and not only my only son, to kill anybody, to be an offering to him, I wouldn't do it. I'll just say why. First, I'll ask him why. Then if he don't give a reason, I'm not gonna do it. because you shouldn't kill. And even if it's a test, right? Even if it's a test, you shouldn't want to pass the test, because that just means you are a person willing to kill another person. Okay, I heard thou shall not kill, right? Thou shall not kill. Where is that in the Bible? Thou shall not kill. And if it's in the Bible, which I'm sure it is, thou shalt not kill, why don't Abraham know about it? Didn't the Bible say he's a prophet? So how can a prophet don't know thou shalt not kill? But look, my only problem is Abraham, right? This Abraham guy. If it was the other way around, if his son was the one that killed Abraham to offer him out to God, he will object. Confirm, 100% chance he will object. But it's the other way around, that he killed his son, he didn't object. Look, I'm just saying what I think. And if I'm wrong, okay, I'm not wrong about this. 100%. 100%. He will object if his son was told by God to kill him and be offered. He'll be like, what? But because it's the other way around, he's like, okay. So, if there's one viewer that's watching me, do you agree with me? Or you're just not gonna chat at all? Huh? Do I just sound crazy arguing with myself? Okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet and I'm gonna drink some water. And I'm gonna brush my teeth. And yeah, I'm gonna brush my teeth and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yep. Okay, let's continue. Mm. So Abraham returned to his young man, and they rose up together to Bersha. Abraham lived at Beersheba. After these things, Abraham was told, "Behold, Michal, you has also bore children to your brother." Wait. Brother Nashor used his firstborn Bruce, his brother Camille, the father of Aram. Wait, something is wrong. Where's my mouse? Father of Aram, Cheese, Hazor, Pisha, Jepsel, Bashur. Bethuel became father of Rebecca. This aid Micah born to Nashor, Abraham's brother. His concubine, whose name was Ramba, bore Teba, Gramatasha, Micah. Sarah lived 127 years. This was the length of Sarah's life. Sarah died in Kirita Abba, also called Hebron, in the land of Canaan. This Canaan guy is said to be a servant of servants, but like he got some aura. Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. You know, Abraham is like 137, 10 years older than Sarah. And Abraham is still alive. Abraham rose up from before his death and spoke to the children of Heth, saying, I am a stranger and a foreigner living with you. Give me possession of a burying place with you, and that I may bury my dead out of my sight. The children of Heth answered Abraham, saying to him, Hear us, my Lord. Why is he calling Abraham my Lord? Isn't he just a priest, not a prophet? Isn't Lord used for God? No. You are prince of God among us. Bury your dead in the best of our tombs. None of us will withhold you his tomb. Bury your dead. Abraham rose up and bowed himself to the people of the land, to the children of Heth. He talked with them, saying, If you agree that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and entreat me for the people of Ephron to hear the son of Zorah, that he may sell me a cave of Mapheh which he has, which is the end of the field. For the full price, let him sell it to me among you as a possession of a burial place. Now Ephron was sitting in the middle of the children of Heth. Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the bearing of the children of Heth. Even all those who went in at the gate of his city, saying, No, my Lord, hear me. I give you the field, and I give you the cave that's in it. In the presence of the children of my people, I give it to you. Bury your dead. Okay, why is Abraham like respected so much? In my eyes, is like no respect. I don't respect him a single bit, but the people there respect him a lot. Why? Abraham bowed himself before the people of the land. He spoke to Ephron, the audience of the people of land, saying, But if you will, please hear me. I will give the prince of the field, take it from me, and I'll bury my dead in here. Ephron answered Abraham, saying to him, My lord, listen to me. What's the piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver, which is 10 grams. 400 shekels would be 4 kg of silver, which is 4 kg of silver now is $4,000, which is not very a lot, to be honest. Between me and you, therefore, bury your dead. Abraham listened to Ephron. Abraham weighed to Ephron the silver which had named the hearing of the children of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, according to the current merchant standard. So the field of Ephron, which Wait, let me see something. So wait, so the fuel is not even that expensive. That's why they just like, okay, you can have it for free. So the field of Hebron, which was Magphi, which was Mamre, the field, the cave was in it, all the trees that were in the field, that were in all its borders, were deeded to Abraham for possession of the presence of the children of Heath. Before all was sent to the gate of his city. After this, Abraham buried Sarah, his wife, in the cave, and also his sister, stepsister, in the blood sister, but half blood sister, in the cave of Machpelah before Mamre. That is Hebron. In the land of Canaan, there's Aura, this guy has. In the land that and the cave that's in it were deeded to Abraham by the children of Heath as a possession of a burial place. Abraham was old, in well advanced age. The Lord has blessed Abraham in all things. Abraham said to his servant, the elder of his house, who ruled over that he had, please put your hand under my thigh, and I'll make you swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that you shall not take a wife for my son of daughters of Canaanites, whom I live. That you shall not take a wife for my son of the Canaanites of but you shall go to my country, to my relatives, and take a wife for my son Isaac. So okay, the servant said to him, what if the woman isn't willing to follow me to his land? Must I bring your son again to the land you come from? Abraham said to him, beware that you don't bring my son there again. The Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my birth, who spoke to me, who swore to me, saying, I will give this land to your offspring, and he will send his angel before you, and you shall take a wife for my son from here there. If the woman isn't willing to follow you, then you shall be clear from this oath to me. Only you shall not bring my son there again. I don't really understand what is this. Like, he wants a woman to be his son's wife or something. Is my understanding. The servant put his hand under the thighs of Abraham, his master, and saw to him concerning this matter. The servant took 10 of the master's camels and departed, having a variety of good things from the master with him. He arose and went to Mesopotamia. It's a real place, right? Mesopotamia. To the city of Nashor. He made the camels knee down outside the city by the well of water. At the time of the evening, the time the woman go out to draw water, he said, Lord, the God my master Abraham, please give me success today, and show kindness to my master Abraham. Behold, I am standing by the spring water. The daughters of the men of the city are coming out to draw water. Let it happen. The young lady whom I will say, please let down your pitcher that I may drink. She said, drink, and I will also give your camel a drink. Let her be the one you have appointed for your servant Isaac. And by this I will know that you have shown kindness to my master. I don't even understand. Something about camels and drinking water from a well. Before she's speaking, behold, Rebecca, which we heard is a person, a man, came out, born to Bethuel, the son of Michael, and wife of Nashor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher on her shoulder. The young lady was very beautiful to look at, a virgin. Who is this young lady? Is it the servant? Or is it Rebecca? I think it's Rebecca. Rebecca came out and is very beautiful. No man had known her. She went to the spring, filled a pitcher, and came out. The servant ran to meet her and said, please give me a drink, a little water from your pitcher. She said, drink, my lord. Okay, why is everybody calling each other my lord? Like, I thought it's God. She hurried and let down her pitcher on her head and gave him a drink. When she finished giving him a drink, she said, I will also draw for you for your camels until they have finished drinking. She hurried and emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran again to the well and drew for all his camels. So the servant is a he and Rebecca is a she. And this Rebecca is very nice because she gave water to not only the servant but also the camels. The man looked steadfastly at her, remaining silent to know whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. As the camels finished drinking, the man took a golden ring, half a shekel weight, which is 10 grams, which is 5 grams, half a shekel, 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold. That's a lot of gold. Said, whose daughter are you? Please tell me, is there a room in your father's house for us to stay? She said to him, I'm daughter of Bethuel, son of Micah, whom she bore to Nashor. She said moreover to him, we have both straw and feed enough, the room to lodge in. The man bowed his head and whispered, the Lord. He said, blessed be the Lord, God of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his loving kindness and his truth towards my master. As for me, the Lord had led me on the way to the house of my master's relatives. Okay, this weirded me out because the whole reason this servant is here, because Abraham, the master of the servant, wants his son Isaac to have a wife, right? If I'm not wrong. And he found Rebecca, which is related to Isaac himself. So he's finding a relative to marry, which is related to him. What? And the chatter on YouTube, because the one viewer, do you agree that it's weird? Huh? You over here listening to my stream, you agree it's weird, right? And please type something in the comments. The young lady ran and told her mother's house about these words. Rebecca had a brother. His name was Laban. Laban ran out to the man to the spring when he saw the ring and the bracelets on his sister's hand. When he heard the words of Rebecca, his sister saying, this is what the man said to me. He came to the man. Behold, he was standing by the camels at the spring. He said, come on in, you have blessed the Lord. Why do you stand outside? For I prepared the house, the room for the camels. The man came out into the house. He unloaded the camels. He gave straw and feed for the camels, water to wash his feet and the feet of men that were with him. Food was set before him to eat, but he said, I will not eat until I told my message. Laban said, speak on. Praise the Lord. Speak on, he said, I am Abraham's servant. The Lord has blessed my master greatly, and he has become great. The Lord has given him flocks and herds, silver and gold, male servants and female servants, camels and donkeys. Sarah, my master's wife, bore a son to my master. When she was old, she has given all that she has to him. My master made me swear, saying, you shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of Canaanites, in whose land I live, but you will go to my father's house and to my relatives and take a wife for my son. Why he want his son's wife to be related to his son? Ask for my master, what if the woman will not follow me? He said, the Lord whom I walk. And it's weird, you know why? Because Abraham married his stepsister. So he wants his son to do like something similar. Why are you so weird, Abraham? Look, I'm so tired. Look, I think I'm gonna call it for today. Like here. Look, I wanna read more, but I can't. Because this is too weird for me, firstly. And secondly, I don't know. I'm tired, but not really tired. But I just feel that this is so weird that I don't want to read it today. I'll continue tomorrow. And thank you guys so much for watching. And let's talk about how weird it is in my full cam. Don't you agree it's weird? Look, somebody, I know after I record this video, there's some people that just skip to the end of this video stream in YouTube because it's a very long stream of 2 hours, and you're just gonna hear me talk about why it's so weird and why I feel weird out. And I want you that's watching right now to go back and read and watch what I read in the middle. It's so weird, and please explain to me why is it so weird. If you can. If not, just agree with me in the comment section that it's weird. Yeah. What else do I want to say? I want to finish this Bible challenge soon, but you know, every time I read something that doesn't make sense or makes a lot of sense, I just spend a lot of time just making all the connections like this. Connect. And it's taking so long. So what is my solution? I don't spend 100 days reading this. And I also can do another solution, which is to stream 2 times per day. One after my gym and one after my swim dinner. But then I won't have time to make YouTube videos. So that can't work. Unless I stream in the afternoon. Okay, if I stream in the afternoon, let's say I gym, I eat lunch. Around 2 p.m. I can stream till not very long. Till 4. So this at night is the longest time I can stream. I wanted to read more, but it's so weird that I don't know. It just puts me off reading the Bible. You know, like the first day was like cool, see all 7 days of how God created the world. Then after that, why is it so weird? So much incest. Much incest. And Abraham, this guy, in my opinion, I heard great things about this guy. Or I assumed he was so great. But let me tell you, my respect for Abraham in the Bible got down the drain. And if you're just watching me yap about how I don't respect Abraham, and you don't know why I don't respect Abraham, I want you to replay the whole stream and watch it through and tell me you don't think the same. Yeah, so I'm gonna end my stream now, but I'm gonna wait a while so that when I cut off the stream, it saves the part where I say Abraham is a weird guy. Yeah, so I wanna say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will do more of this tomorrow. And okay, wait. Yeah, it's just today it's too weird, and I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow it's not that weird and I can read more. So thank you guys so much for watching.